it doesn't create 2% and 3% moves in a day. These, a $50 billion, tariff type of thing, will work through economy over time. They're not knee-jerk reactions to markets, and investors that respond that way to them could be at a disadvantage when the pendulum starts swinging the other way, when sentiment 2 days later, as we're seeing now, shifts.
Although you could argue that if you look at the Russell 2000 performance, investors clearly want to stick to domestic, smaller cap names. That's really worked for the market over the last 3 weeks. Is that where you want to put your money, or is it time to look global?
Well, that's been a theme for a while, and I've been doing this show consistently, and I've always been an advocate of small caps. And I certainly think that there's a number of reasons. One is because they have a lot less international exposure. But the other thing, too, is that, all the tax benefits that, we're going to start to continue to see come through the economy are really going to benefit a lot of small and local companies. So I think that speaks very well for them also.
Stock market volatility, historically speaking, pretty low levels right now. Let's talk about how these particular headlines, we don't see massive market movements up or down these days. How does this market compare in terms of event risk to everything else that you've seen in your career?
Well, if you look back, over history, certainly longer than my career, you get things like, you look at the Bay of Pigs, the market, was down 2.7% on a potential nuclear war, or down 3% when President Kennedy was shot. Today, you can get the market going, down or up 2 or 3% because, as I said before, a tweet or some kind of new stance that the algorithms are just firing off in a different direction. And I think that's why it's important to have historical context, to recognize that, things that affect your portfolio over the long run take a long time to develop. They're not things that happen, quick. Any knee-jerk reaction you get, it's usually better to sit on your hands, come back the next day and see if you feel the same way.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.